too. Little Halloween music. It's that time, you know. Excuse me. Oh, we're so glad you're back for story time. By the time you see this episode, it will be just days before Halloween. I hope you're excited, and I want you to go have some fun. Yeah, there's that. So for today, what we have actually two stories. One is Monster Math by Anna Miranda and illustrated by Polly Powell. That one is great. And then this one is a superstar as well. This one is Bats at the Library by Brian Lees. And both of these stories rhyme. So let's have some fun with that. Remember, I'll have the bell. Oops. I'll have the bell when we get ready for a new story. Okay, let's get ready, all you ghouls and goblins. Let's start with Monster Math. Here we go. One little monster is looking at you. There's a knock at the door. And now there are two. Little monster and his little spider friend. Three silly monsters can stand on their heads, and if you notice, they are really standing on their heads. Four bouncy monsters are jumping on beds. Five screaming monsters are chasing each other. Boy, I wonder if they're going to get some trouble. Uh-oh, six wiggling monsters are posing for Mother. She's pretty happy taking their pictures. Look, they're making little silly faces. Birthday parties, do you see that? Seven starved monsters are licking the dishes. Oh boy, look how hungry they are. 8 blow out candles and make birthday wishes. The little person, the little monster that opened the door doesn't look very happy. He's got his little hands clasped together. He's not making a very happy face. 9 sticky monsters are washing their faces. 10 speedy monsters run 10 monster races. When you look at the picture, every one of the monsters is in a potato sack, but the potato sacks all say different things. Russets, tubers, potatoes, spuds, Idaho spuds. And here's the mom giving them all the directions. A piñata's over here. So this is quite a fun party. The monsters keep coming and Mother's lost count. 10 more make 20. A monstrous amount. 30 loud monsters are dancing and singing. Uh-oh. Look at the mom. She's not looking very happy. Too much noise. Now there are 40. The doorbell keeps ringing. Holy smokes, look how many of the little monsters are outside coming in. Good grief, there's 50. That's really too many. Guess who is wishing she didn't see any? The mom, look. She's not happy. Now if you look, not only is she not happy, she's got a fly swatter, she's got, it looks like a brush and a spoon, a wooden spoon, and she's shooing them all away. She shoos away 40. So she scoops away 40 of the little monsters. 10 monsters won't budge. So there they are, they're kind of under the rug, in the cookie jar, in the toaster, hanging upside down, in the fridge. 5 wave goodbye. 5 monsters make fudge. Okay. We're whittling down the number. Another departs. 4 monsters are leaping. 1 leaves the house. 3 monsters are creeping. See the little monster go up through the chimney. At last, 2 go home, and the party is done. How many are left? Could there be only 1? Now notice what has happened. All the dishes got stacked up, and look at the poor fish sitting in that pile. It looks pretty dangerous. The plants on the top. The house is a wreck, and the couch has been frosted. The food's been devoured, and Mother's exhausted. All the frosting on the couch, handprints on the wall, pictures are all twisted. The little monster's thinking maybe it won't be a good end of the day, but instead, 1 little monster is grateful and glad. It's the best birthday that she'd ever had. Monster math. Okay, the next one's a little longer, and that's why I wanted to save it for the second read. Here we are at the library, and I did want to say before I start, we've got so many new books. Please come and see them. So many new science books and graphic novels and just so many stories that you might love to see. But anyway, this one's called Bats at the Library, and not only is Brian Lees the writer of the story, he's the illustrator. He's the person that draws the pictures. And I was doing a little reading about him, and one of the things they said was, watch how carefully in his drawings he can use the light effect. And I'll show that to you in the pictures. So here we go. Another inky evening's here. The air's cool and calm and clear. We've feasted, fluttered, swooped and soared, and yet we're still a little bored. Now, if you notice what I'm talking about, in Brian Lees' art, look how much light he's got shining up underneath the bats. That's quite a gift in terms of art, knowing how to be able to do that. This all sameness leaves us blue and makes us ache for something new. Then word spreads quickly from afar, a window has been left ajar. So ajar means it's been left open. Can it be true? Oh, can it be? Yes, bat night at the library. Here comes the bats coming in. Okay, here again, notice that use of light when everything else is dark. Little bat always has his little life preserver under his wings, and his mom's got him. The sky is lively as we race together towards our favorite place. Eager wings beat autumn air. Look, that's it. We're almost there. Then squeezed together, wing to wing, we rocket through the opening. We've waited for this night all year, but here it is at last. Again, this beautiful use of light, the windows lit, and in they go for some fun at the library. We're here. For most old bats, this isn't new. they've got lots of things to do. They'll flutter off and lose themselves among the books lined up on the shelves. It's a little hard to see, but in the picture when we show it to you after, big wooden rafters here on the top. This is a very old looking library. It's been there for a long time. Other bats in munchy moods will study guides to fancy foods or hang out by a lamp instead to talk about the books they've read. So here they are. A couple of the bats are looking at insect books because that's of course what they're talking about eating. So they're in the munchy moods. And this group over here looks like this bat's giving them all a nice story time. But little bats will have to learn the reason that we must return. The ones who haven't come before have no idea what's in store. Some of them will drift away and figure out a game to play, like shaping shadows on the wall or wingtip tag around the hall. So one little bat's here on the computer. We have the ones playing their wingtip tag. We have some with the light projector doing the shapes. Others just watching to figure out what to do next. This big box is lots of fun, blasting brighter than the sun. Instead of copying books from shelves, we can duplicate ourselves. So if you can see, they're putting themselves on the photocopy, or underneath it, I should say, and then they're making pictures of themselves. They're laughing, this one's laughing, this one's laughing. Doesn't matter where you look, there's nothing like a pop-up book. Here they are. They're as big as the pop-up characters, so they're enjoying that. The fountain's water's nice and cool and makes a splendid swimming pool. Now, if you look here, there seems like there's one of the bats giving them a stern warning. Please keep it down. You must behave. The library's not your cave. I don't think these bats are listening, just to say. It's hard to settle down and read when life flits by at a dizzy speed, but story time's just the thing to rest a play exhausted wing. So if you can notice, we've got some different types of bats too. We have shorter-eared bats, longer-eared bats. We have little bats. Here he is with his little life preservers. And then we have, it seems like maybe one of the adult bats getting ready to tell a story to everybody. Even a little baby bat getting ready for story time. And if we listen, we will hear some distant voices drawing near, louder, louder, louder still. They coax and pull us in until everyone, old bat or pup, has been completely swallowed up and lives inside a book instead of simply hearing something read. So now what's going on, the bats are so interested in the story. Their brains have gone into that story world and their imaginations are just running wild. And so in the next few pictures I'll point out to you, the bats are imagining stories they've known while they hear the story. Maybe your brain does that too. So here we have, again, the imaginations running wild. We have one bat right here that says, "No more melted cheese for me." So like, kind of like, no more like nightmares almost thing. And then, to me, this little bat with his braid, it looks like Pippi Longstockings. And then we have a sign to the Emerald City, like the Wizard of Oz. We have like an Aladdin type story right here. Three Blind Mice maybe. Over here, oh, they're reading Midnight Sun instead of Midnight Moon, or Goodnight Moon, excuse me. The kings here, a horseman. And the stories continue. We have the Sword in the Stone, Little Red Riding Hood, Winnie the Pooh, Chitty Chitty Bing Bang. We've got Peter Rabbit over here. And so they're just really loving the story so much that their minds are free to wander and enter the story world. What is that light? A lamp? The moon? Our bookish feast can't end so soon. It feels as though we've just begun, but now we leave our books half done. They know that the humans are going to come soon and open the library. Through the window, into the sky, it's much too late. We're going to fly. But maybe a librarian will give us bats this chance again and leave a window open wide to let us share the world inside. For now, we'll dream of things we've read, a universe inside each head. Every evening, one and all will listen for that late night call. Can it be true? Oh, can it be? Yes, Bat Night at the library. We have a number of Brian Lisa's books here at the library. I'm quite a fan, to tell you the truth. Yes, so there's that. All right, now we're going to switch, and I have quite a craft for you to try. Please come and get it at the library. And we've been waiting to get some pictures of the crafts that people are doing at home. We hope you could show it to us. All right, be right back. Oh, hey, you're back again. Sorry. Just dancing to my song. Hang on. Okay, we're back. All right, so for this particular craft, I got inspired thinking about bats. So this is my sample. I call him, whoops, I was putting in the wrong area. I call him Bee-Man, or Batman, if you want to know his whole name. But the way I've had him put together, he will bend into different shapes, so he might look more authentic, like a real bat. I'm going to show you now how I put this bat guy together. All right, so in your kit, you will receive a cutout template, and the one piece of felt that you'll get will be enough in terms of size, if you angle it a little bit. And then you'll get a piece of chalk, and then you just outline the template in chalk so you know where you want to cut. Not an exact science here, but enough to give you a good shape. And I'm going quickly, so there's that. All right, so you'll have your outline, and you'll cut two pieces to be able to go back to back. Once you've done the cutting out of your pieces, then this is how I did my internal structure. I took some pipe cleaners and I rolled them inside so that the wings would have some support on both sides. So I'm showing you how it would look on this template. And then for the full body, I took another piece and placed it inside. Now at this point you'd have the cutout and you would cover the internal workings, if you will, the pipe cleaners, with that second piece. I have tried a number of glues, and what I found, if you have a glue gun at home, that is the best. I did use glue stick. The problem was it's thick. The felt is thick. It didn't hold as you're starting to bend and move the bat. So really, I feel like this is the best solution, and then even tacky glue or even a super glue would work. So what happens then, you'll have your two pieces, you glue your two pieces, let them dry, and in your kit you will have a few different things to play around with. You'll either have some of these, googly eyes, or the little pom-poms. I chose the pom-poms, and then I'll make sure that you'll have enough, so you'll have a little heart sticker, and place it wherever you think his heart should be. And there you are. Now on my first one, what I did, I was actually trying to make it look more realistic. I actually stapled the ends and then used a Sharpie and went over the staple so you don't see the silver. And I did that so that if you look at a bat's wing, you can see some of that bone structure. And that's what I was attempting to do here at my sample. So the possibilities are really endless. Again, we hope you'll come and get a kit here at the library. We want to see how this is going for you, and I think that's it. That's a wrap. See you next week.